Okay everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're back on GT Sport and we're back with something that you won't have seen yet. Now normally our videos are highlights of streams. This is a totally fresh race, doing the new race that is Daily Race C at Laguna Seca in the Honda S2000. Now I have to urge you to try this combination out because it is so enjoyable. The car really suits the track, a lot of grip, tyres feel right for the car, and you're going to have a lot of fun at this. So we're going to start from last. We did do a time trial on our main account to get up to speed, 10 minutes on it, got reasonable lapping, found that I was quite competitive. So went onto my other account, started from last place. A couple of cars decided to jump the start by about 10 seconds. I don't know what they were hoping to achieve there. Probably didn't know the full start check was on. So made a few positions up straight away from the back of the grid. And we go down left hand side there. We get squeezed over. I couldn't even turn right there. He put his hazards on to say sorry. But unfortunately, that is going to be a half a second penalty. Hopefully it won't really cost us though, because where the penalty zone is on this track, it is pretty much irrelevant. It's in such a daft zone, you don't really lose anything. So we're going to try and go around the outside of the car on our right hand side now. He's holding a tight line. We're going to try and hang it all the way around the outside. Managed to make that move as a car chaos in front of us as we decide to go down the right hand side. Made a wise decision there, and we're up into P11 already in this race. Opening lap only through about 3 or 4 corners, and we're up to P11. So far this race is going well. Now we've got to hunt down all these cars ahead of us, as you can see. Taking that penalty, managing to take it without losing the position, that was really important. Up ahead I seen a car going off the track, so instantly you could see I went to the left. I could see that we need to give him space. That has worked out perfectly, taking that route. A little bit of racecraft there, saw the incident, went to left hand side, took that left hand approach and held the position, as a car on the right hand side didn't see us on the inside, even though we were ahead of him into the apex. Tried to turn in, he's off, sent to the shadow realm, and we're up to P8 I think already in this race. So pretty much a perfect start to the race going into the corkscrew. You can see we gave the Mazda in front of us a little nudge there. I don't know if it was a bit of the pinball effects, as we call it on Gran Turismo, when a car hits another car, and the ricochet effects. We tried to go up the inside there. We did give him a little nudge there, so we backed off a little bit, but then he's on the inside there. He's going to squeeze us out to the left. We're going to go all the way onto the dirt and the gravel, kicking up gravel everywhere there, and then into the braking zone, braking as late as we can. A little bit of dirty tyres, just trying to make sure we take a very tight apex on the power nice and early, and we've made another position up there. So far pretty much the ideal start to this race. We're up into P8, a good position. P7 decides to just let us go there. I think he's just thought, I'll tuck in your slipstream and use probably a bit more speed that you've got. Probably knew it wasn't worth fighting, but you don't have to do that. You can fight these positions as much as you like going into the braking zone. Nearly hitting the back of that Mazda, trying to get into a rhythm. It's very hard. First race of the day, obviously. We'd just done time trial, went onto our other account, decided to do the race, and do you know what? You have to try this combination out. There is no fuel management, there is no tyres to worry about. It is a flat race to the finish, but it's really enjoyable because you can just push 100%, and the car is so enjoyable. A lot of grip. It actually feels like a Group 5, what you would expect a Group 5 car to be. Something slower, but the grip is there. Really enjoyable. So give it a go if you haven't tried it already. Make sure you try this combination out as we're up into P7 and trying to make progress. You can see we've got a bit of a gap to the leader. He's going to be able to pull away. Obviously he's got no cars to overtake, so I need to try and find my way through these cars as fast as possible if we've got any chance of getting a battle for the lead in this race as we go into the corkscrew. The yellow S2000 is going to try and go around the outside into the corkscrew. That is a move, a very brave move and very risky move, but they both go side by side, doing that cleanly. Nice to see. No issues there. Both get through the corner without any cars going off. So that's good to see. With the current penalty system, people do take advantage, and it's nice to see that there was a bit of respect there. So now going into the final corner, we're going to look to make a move. You see, we fake a move down the left, making the yellow car think we're going to go for a move. He tries to outbrake the blue S2000. That gives me the chance to tuck up on the inside, and we've made another position in this race, up to P6 after 2 laps. A brilliant start to this race. Now we need to focus on getting past this blue car. However, it took me quite a while. You can see now skipping forward to lap 4. We were stuck behind him for quite some time. He was driving very defensive. Fair enough. He's got every right to do that. And we needed to get on with this. We needed to make a move. Otherwise, the lead of this race was going to be too far away. We needed to really get a move done within 1 lap from now, because you can see obviously the laps are counting down. We've only got 7 laps to go. The lead is nearly 7 seconds away, so we've got to make progress. So you can see he's approaching P4. This could be an opportunity as he's getting a little bit held up there. We're going to get a massive draft up this hill now. into the corkscrew. I'm going to fake a little move here, but he doesn't fall for that. He's just going to hold his normal line. We're not going to go for that move. Braking nice and early and just trying to get a nice solid line through here so we get really strong exit speed. He makes a little mistake there. We're going to go really wide and try and carry speed into the apex. He manages to take a lot of speed through the apex. Goes a little bit wide there. That's going to mean he's compromised into the entry to this corner now. So we're going to try and go as fast as we can through there, and then we're going to fake a move down the right, then go to the left, fake that, brake early, and we actually made that move. He actually pretty much gave up on that position. So we make the move up into P5 in this race, and now we need to try and get past either P4 or P3. So a solid move there. Played it going left to right, just trying to find space. I think he just gave up on that in the end and let us take that position. So now we need to try and make a move on these two cars on the right hand side. You can see going for a late break, a lovely move, got the braking done perfectly. However, the Italian just decides to push us all completely off the road, which barges me into the red car behind us. That was a little bit overly aggressive considering he had a penalty. I really don't understand why he did that. We did a lovely move on the inside, braked it really nicely, and then he just decided to push his way through. So a bit, and maybe he was a bit annoyed that he got caught out there while he's trying to go for an overtake. I think the car behind us thought that we pushed him off, but it wasn't us. We actually got pushed by the Italian, so a little bit frustrated there. But however, he's got to take that penalty. We're up into them two positions. We've gained both positions. The car behind tries to go around the outside. You're not really going to make a move around the outside there. All that's going to happen is you're going to understeer off. And now up into a podium position after 4 and a bit laps. This is incredible. Now we've got a chance to push forward and see if we can make progress in this race. As we have a little look on the replay camera, you can see we've managed to build a bit of a gap up already. And that is going to be very important, obviously, as we go through to the corkscrew there. They're not going to be able to try a late lunge into the braking zone. You can see there was a bit of a lunge made. The car behind going sliding off into the corkscrew. Luckily for us, that has avoided us. And now we're clear to head off and hunt down P2. Can we do this? We've got not many. We've got 6 or 7 laps to do these moves in. We've got 2 cars to overtake for the win in this race. We're 8 seconds behind P1 though. That is a lot of time to make up. However, now we've got some clean air. We can start putting in some lap times that we know we should be doing. So obviously at the moment the lap time's been pretty poor. You can see 45 is why we've been battling with other cars. But now we've got our first lap where we're going to be able to just drive it 100% aggression. So we're going to fast forward this lap. As you're going to see a lot of purple sectors appearing. You're going to see through sector 1 we've gone purple there, so we're up on the current fastest lap of the race, and then we're going to work our way up the hill into this very tricky left hand corner. You're going to see we're gaining and gaining. You can see it on the video how much closer P2 is getting to us as we go again purple through that sector and then through the last sector. Coming into the final corner, you can see we've already managed to get in the slipstream to P2 off of 1 lap. Incredible lap there, going over the line and into 143s on our first flying lap. Now we obviously can go faster than that, but this is our first clean lap of the race, and we've managed to gain a big chunk of time. You can see that we've actually caught up quite a bit on the leader of this race as well. It may be possible to get the win in this race. Now we're starting to concentrate. We want the win in this race. I really wanted to go for it, so we're going to push 100% and try and get past P2 as soon as possible in this race. We've got 2 cars to overtake. Can we go for the win from starting from the back of the grid without setting a qualifying time? And you know, this was a top split lobby. Obviously it wasn't the highest quality of drivers obviously that you would normally get an FIA. However, there was A+ rated drivers in here and there was A rated drivers in this lobby, so we've made very good progress so far as we now trying to take a very nice line through there on the power as early as possible. Very important to get the power early on that corner to give you the momentum up this hill and then into this really fast left turn corner where it's really important just to give it a little lift, just to tap on the brakes, just a tiny lift, then back on the throttle as soon as possible, carrying a lot of speed through there into the momentum now of the slipstream from the car in front. That's given us momentum all the way up the hill into the braking zone, braking as late as possible, taking the green AstroTurf from the left hand side on the throttle as early as possible, and that feels absolutely lovely in this car. I have to say, the corkscrew with this car, it's like it was made for it. This track just feels so nice to drive in this S2000s. We now getting into a position to go for a move on P2. This is incredible. Can we line up a move into the final corner? We're going to fake a move down the left hand side but back out nice and early. So he thinks we're going to go for a dive. He brakes extremely late, expecting the dive, catches him out, textbook overtake. We wasn't even going to go for the move. We just made him believe that we was going to go for it. He brakes too late, and we take P2 in this race already. So now we need to hunt down P1. Can we hunt down that gap? You can see we have got a big gap to make up. It is quite a large gap. However, Skipping through to lap 9, and you can see we've put some solid lap times in, very consistent driving in the 43s. Not particularly amazing lap times, I was just trying to get in the rhythm really. This is my first race, and we're actually on a purple lap now, and we've actually got into the slipstream of P1 from last place on the grid. This is absolutely insane. My first race on this track, and we are heading for a last to first challenge, although we did actually start, I think, P17 rather than P18, which was last. However, either way, we didn't set a qualifying time, and we're lining up the lead for this race. Incredible racing now. Can we go for this? FIA mode engaged, 100% concentration, and we need to try and get past P1 as cleanly and as nicely as possible. The last corner seems to be the place where we're getting a lot of moves done. A lot of people were expecting you to dive up there, and they were falling for it so often. Can we do it maybe on this lap? Can we find somewhere else in this track to go for a move? It's going to be interesting if we can find somewhere, as we're now in that slipstream and gaining every corner. He's feeling the pressure. He must be knowing, you know, this lead of this race that he thought he had in this race, he thought he had the win, is going to be over by the looks of it if he can't find some speed. We've got so much more speed at this point in the race. You can see another purple sector there. Previous lap was a purple lap, even though, you know, we're trying, the tyres are a little bit warm, but let's be honest, the tyre wear in this race is totally irrelevant. It's actually quite enjoyable. Normally we have high tyre wear. It's actually refreshing in a way to have a race where we're not worried about tyres. This is a straight battle, 100% aggression from the start to the end, and it really does, it's enjoyable starting from last place, I have to say, as we now get a massive pull up the hill now from getting a much better exit. Is it possible to go for a move and corkscrew? I feel like this is going to be too dangerous. We're not going to go for a move into this corner. Instead, we're going to brake early, take a wider line in, and try and get a really strong exit through the corkscrew. As we see, look at that, right on the bumper of the car. We're going to have a little look up the inside. Can we go for a new move here? This is another place where you can make a move. We're going to have to give him space on the outside, side by side through that corner. We're going to now try and take the outside line. We're going to brake early, try and tuck in a little bit of contact there where obviously it wasn't enough gap there, and now we're going to go for a move into the final corner. We're going to fake a move again, pushing him back into the middle of the track for defending it. He's fell for that one, and we're now going to get a much stronger exit from the final corner. Another move on that final corner, and we're up into the lead of this race by just simply faking that we was going to go back for the move. He had to go defensive into the middle of the track. That gave me the ability to go wide and get a much better exit. So now we are in the lead from last place on the grid, and all we have to do now is hold on to this P1. Incredible drive. This has been one of my strongest drives, I have to say, even though it's not FIA. I thoroughly enjoyed this race. Really entertaining from start to finish. As we have a little look on this amazing replay camera on Gran Turismo using the helicopter camera. Just look how good this looks. Please, Gran Turismo, give us a helicopter cam that goes around the whole lap on every single track in Gran Turismo. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm sure you can get it done. Get to work and give us that option as we now head off. Pulling away now, actually building up a bit of a lead, but he has that slipstream now. This is the thing. If he's got that slipstream, he's going to be gaining a couple of attempts a lap. Can he hang in there and maybe go for a move on us on that final lap, on the final corner somewhere? Will he be able to do it, as we now making sure that we don't make a mistake into this corner? Very easy to run wide there, but we do that nice and safe. We didn't push it too much, and we actually increase the lead a little bit more as we now approach the corkscrew, a corner that can catch out the very best as we go into the braking zone, trying to make sure that we take a nice tight line onto the green Astro, onto the power nice and early, and accelerating out of there very nicely and maintaining the lead. What an absolutely amazing race this has been. It looks like we're going to hold on to the P1 position from starting at the back of the grid. These standing starts really do suit driving these races from the back of the grid. They're so entertaining, and this combination is really fun. The car is drivable, it's got a lot of grip, it's not overly fast, it's close racing. Hopefully this is going to be things to come for the streams when we do on this track, because we might do a couple on this. It's really fun to do, so we're going to weave in and out. 100% happy with that. A little drift at the end, and we're going to probably hit the wall there because we didn't do it properly, but still perfect up to that point. P1 in the race and started from last position. I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments section if you enjoyed that race. I really do like hearing the comments when we have really good races like this. It's thoroughly enjoyable. And don't forget to hit that like button, everyone, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and hit the notification button if you haven't already hit it, so you don't miss any future videos or streams or track guides. Now, we are going to get a track guide out for this combination hopefully tomorrow. I have done the lap. It's not an amazing lap. It's a 42.5, I think. I'm pretty sure that people will be in the 41s by tomorrow. So yeah, we're just going to use that lap as a basic guide to give you some advice for the corners, etc., the braking zone. So make sure you check out that tomorrow, and subscribe if you're interested in watching that video tomorrow. Anyway, thanks again for watching, everyone. I'll see you all very soon.